Antigua and Barbuda have a program that I went over with you actually weeks ago, maybe months ago, talking about you can actually go there, get residency, permanent residency, and paying a minimum of around 20,000 US dollars a year. And what you do is you get the 20,000 is basically for a tax. It's a flat tax to go there. But there's a way you can actually go to Antigua and Barbuda and literally pay almost nothing to go in there. And you can get residency. It leads up to citizenship. The way it works is Antigua and Barbuda, along with St. Kitts and Nevis, there's actually 11 members and also associate members. There's 4 that are associate members and regular members that make up what's called the OECS countries, Organization Eastern Caribbean States. And the way it works is if you're a citizen in one country, you have free movement in all the other countries that are members of the Organization Eastern Caribbean States. It's free movement. It's actually more free movement than the EU has for its countries, which means that you can literally go in, work there. You don't even have to notify the country. You don't have to do anything. You can go in there and buy a house. It's just like you're a citizen in St. Kitts and Nevis. It would be just like you building a house in St. Kitts and Nevis. You go to Antigua and Barbuda, same thing. You just go right in. You can reside there. You're there for 7 years. You can apply for the passport and citizenship. Now, the way it works is, and you wouldn't have to pay the other money, the flat tax I was talking about, but you would have to have citizenship in one of the Organization Eastern Caribbean States. One of those you have to have citizenship in to have free movement in the other ones. And this is some of the prettiest part of the whole Caribbean. We're talking about the Leeward Island chain of countries. Also, folks, if you want to legally get your income taxes to zero, how to get a second passport as quick as 45 days, do 3 things. Hit the subscribe button at the right of your screen and that notification bell next to it, and you'll get videos automatically as they come out. Number 2 is I would like to hear from you. If you got a question or comment, just put it below. Number 3 is go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com, and ask for some help. All right, so the way it works is you get citizenship in one, and you have free movement in all the other ones. And like I said, this is the prettiest part of the Caribbean. The regular members are all of the fast track programs and 2 more, Montserrat and St. Vincent and the Grenadines, because Montserrat and St. Vincent and the Grenadines do not have the fast track program. St. Vincent used to have it, but they pulled it out and they never brought it back in. So we're looking at Guadeloupe, Martinique are also members, and then you've got also the British Virgin Islands is another one, and Anguilla is the other one. Now, those 4 are associate members. There's not a lot of difference, but there is some restrictions with associate members versus the full member countries. But we're talking about Antigua and Barbuda, which is a full member, along with St. Kitts and Nevis. So if you get citizenship in St. Kitts and Nevis, you literally, if you started off in St. Kitts and Nevis and you wanted to do another international move, it's not a big deal, because it's only 50 miles away. I mean, it's almost like moving across town, pretty much. All you're doing is just, moving 50 miles away, but it's going to have to be by boat. But the great thing is, you would have to move there now, because you can't be out of the country more than 6 months during that 7-year period to qualify. If you can't do that, then don't even attempt to do it. But like I said, it's practically free. Once you become a citizen of St. Kitts and Nevis and you want to get another one under your belt, and let me tell you why I like doing that versus maybe picking a place like Guatemala or Panama. Well, one of the reasons I don't like Panama is they don't allow dual citizenship. You're going to have to learn a foreign language, Spanish, to pass that test to get the citizenship. That's going to be a pain in the neck. You don't have to do that with Antigua. It's all Antigua and Barbuda, this English-speaking country. It's not a big deal, you know. To me, it's just a lot easier to get done than, you know, to go to a place that you're going to have to learn that foreign language. So I mean, that's the approach I would look at. Plus, Antigua and Barbuda is like St. Kitts and Nevis. No income tax, no capital gains tax, no estate tax, no inheritance tax. That's a big benefit. And like I said before, allows dual citizenship. These are the things you really want to look for, whether you're getting a fast track program or residency by investment. And one good thing about these two countries is they're real close to each other. Now you can also go to Montserrat, do the same thing. I think I would rather live in Antigua and Barbuda than Montserrat. Montserrat has, it's a lot smaller place, and your amenities are going to be a lot less, but it's on the other side of Nevis. And they do have volcanoes over there. They've had, in fact, it's been years ago since they've had it, any bad cases, but I mean, they have had that fairly recent. The other one is St. Vincent the Grenadines, which is it's further from St. Kitts. So if you're going to do an international move, you know, and you're already living in St. Kitts, and you want to get the residency, you know, there in St. Vincent, you know, it is further from Antigua and Barbuda, but they're both good options. Both got real good tax laws. You don't have to learn a foreign language, and that makes things so much easier. But if you're trying to add to your passport portfolio, these are some good ways to do it. Now, you're going to have a lot of overlap with Antigua and Barbuda with St. Kitts and Nevis. There is quite a bit of overlap. So if you want to, I did a video on some of these non-dom countries that you can get, like Ireland, which I don't like the weather there. I could never live there because of the weather. But Cyprus has a good non-dom, and I mentioned Barbados. I did a video on that just yesterday. That's a real good one. Barbados has got really good visa-free travel. It's got visa-free travel to Canada, which St. Kitts and Antigua do not. So that is an option you can look at there. But if you're looking, like I said, for a series of third passports, fourth passports, whatever, I'm telling you the cheapest and best way to do it is to go in an Eastern Caribbean country. This is part of the Eastern Caribbean states, then branch out from there to some of these other countries. If you want a lot more visa-free travel, you could pick places like, well, if you want it for Canada, you could pick Barbados. If you want even more extensive, and you could pick like a non-dom country like Ireland, if you can put up with the weather. I think I would just have a really difficult time with the weather there. Cyprus is another good example. Cyprus doesn't have the visa-free travel that Ireland does, but it does have better visa-free travel than Barbados, St. Kitts and Nevis, or Antigua and Barbuda. So just a lot of things you're going to have to look at. You're going to have to look at whether are these extra countries really worth you know, going to the extra trouble, or are you satisfied just with, you know, one passport? I would never advise you to go with one passport, but that's up to you. I would be getting, if you're a U.S. citizen, I would get out of that, get a second passport in St. Kitts and Nevis, because to me, it's the best in the Caribbean on the fast track programs, and that's the way I would go. And then I would get a residency by investment somewhere else. And I mentioned to you before, we've got a developer right now. If you go with the real estate option St. Kitts, we've got a developer that will pick up all your government fees, background check fees, legal fees. Man, that's a lot of money. Depending on your family size, we're talking about $50,000 to $100,000 US dollars savings. So if you're thinking about going with that option, you need to do something with this developer, because it will save you a lot of money. I have a lot of people that just don't look at stuff like this, and it can save you a ton of money if you go with that option. Now, right now, the prices are starting to move back up with St. Kitts because of the they're almost going back to full capacity now. So if you're thinking about doing something, especially if it's a real estate option, I would be doing something sooner rather than later, because we're getting a lot of flights coming down here now. It's like almost full, like it was before coronavirus hit. Anyway, if I can help you, go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com. Hit the top bar that says apply with us, fill out the questions, hit that bottom bar that says send it to us. We deal with over 100 citizenship by investment, residency by investment countries all over the world. And number two is I would like to hear from you. If you got a question or comment, put it below. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button on the right of your screen. We got over 700 videos where you can pick up a lot of good tips that will help you before you make an international move. And I look forward to talking to you on the next video. Take care.